Hello, and welcome to the podcast. How good?
Wow, that was a very low intro.
I know, how good.
Very low.
I've done lower before.
That was your quietest one and slowest one.
It was.
It was like one of
How
those
good's a slow? How good?
radio,
Slow, how good.
one of those late night jazz radio hosts, and you're tuning into
Did you always like
late night
practice
jazz.
doing that in the car? Was it just me?
in the
What,
car.
practice low voice?
Well, you'd hear how people talk on the radio, especially when I went to the States.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
talk like DJ Esco, bring you the latest hits.
That's a very specific like voice they're putting on, right?
Yeah,
It's like how everyone can do the EA Sports.
yeah,
You know,
EA Sports.
It's in the
it's in the game. Like everyone can do it,
Yeah,
even no matter what
To
your
an
voice
extent.
is.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Sports, it's in the game.
You gotta have a somewhat deep voice to do it.
You have to be a man.
Would you
Just-
say I have
let's
a
just
deep
say that.
voice? Because I know I would say Liam has a pretty deep voice,
Your voice is like
like natural.
top 3 highest that I know.
Top 3 highest.
No,
Fuck you. No.
Oh, I just put my voice on the whole time.
nah, you've got
Yeah.
a deep voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hit puberty hard, man. I was one of those
I'm still fucking waiting.
I was one of those pizza face kids who's
Pizza.
like
Oh,
always cracked all the time.
yeah. Mm.
Oh,
Like, you know,
I didn't know you during that period, so
yeah.
I can imagine you being the stereotypical like American television like scrawny.
Hi.
Yeah.
My name's Liam.
I was
Why?
I was just a lanky dude in high school
Yep.
who wore the long sleeve shirts.
Oh,
Did,
yeah.
was there a long
was like
sleeve
the-
option?
there was
Hey,
like a
hey,
grey-
there's nothing wrong with a long sleeve shirt.
I
mate.
mean, but like the uniform shirts.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
I
had
know
like
you
the
mean.
normal grey Rosmini ones, which were like
and then
kind
Yeah.
of thing. And then I was the guy who wore the long sleeve
Yeah.
ones, and it was like
those kids wore the long sleeve ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's a
would.
long
I think
sleeve.
that's all right.
Remember we had the long pantsers at Westlake?
Oh, that was shit.
That was
If you
same
didn't,
thing.
if you didn't, like what do you call it? Is it taper them? If you didn't taper them, they were just like fucking squares, bro. Just like you look like poles, man.
You look
like
like
the
the
two towers
Minecraft
out of like
characters.
Lord of the Rings.
It looked like the Minecraft character.
Yeah, true.
Flock legs.
Steve. Oh mate, Steve.
Yeah, bro.
But do you remember the Westlake uniform was so thin, and we always came to school in shorts Even in winter.
I always wore shorts.
and
I never
a
put
t-shirt
pants.
through winter.
T-shirt, and I used to wear the jumper. Was it the woolen jumper?
Yeah, I
That,
remember.
or I wore the jacket.
Mm.
Mainly the jumper.
Those woolen jumpers when they got wet, it just smelled terrible. It smelled
Yeah.
like dog.
Yeah.
You get on the
Fucking itchy
bus
too.
and then you just
Mm.
do those damp
Yeah.
bus rides.
I remember those vividly.
Yeah, I
I
was
know the
talking.
exact feeling.
I was talking to Angus last night about him when he teaches, and he was saying like there's times where he walks into class, and he just hits like the BO from all the
Oh.
boys, just like hits him, bro. Because like when you're at school, you don't really think about it, right?
Yeah.
You're so because
Nah.
you're around
We're
them all the
just
time.
stinky boys anyway.
We used to play like, people would play like bull rush
Yeah.
on the field at lunchtime and
Yeah.
just go straight into
Like,
class
some people you could
with the
smell.
same t-shirt.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
people you could smell, but I think you just got used to it.
I never noticed anything.
never really
probably
noticed
just
I mean,
got
you're
used
with
to
the
it,
same class every week, every day.
Yeah.
For a
You
year.
just get used to the fucking smell, man.
Mm.
Mm.
I used to play like black top basketball in like a full blazer uniform. Got him in
Jeez.
maths class afterwards, just like drenched in sweat in
Yeah.
my white shirt.
Me and Ben Williams used to always eat those Chinese noodles,
Oh yeah, the
At
spicy ones.
the really spicy ones that
Yeah.
smelt so strong.
Yeah.
And we'd always like be sitting on the fence during lunchtime, like, should we get it? Should we get it? And then with 5 minutes to go, we'd be like, all right, let's get
you
it.
try to smash it back in 5
Smash
minutes.
back like a boiling, spicy
Yeah.
noodle. And we'd just get it all over our
Yeah.
shirts.
I remember both of you always sitting there like eating it, bro. And you just be like,
The hot face, eh?
Yeah. It was like the pain was
that's not even
just,
enjoyable.
There was just a little bit more pleasure than pain.
Yeah.
It was a net positive.
Probably because you're starving.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are good noodles though.
Yeah. That's
Really
way too hot for me. I can't do anything hot.
No.
I'm getting
Yeah.
better, but I still can't do shit hot, man. I don't know. Can you do hot food?
To an extent.
Like buffalo wings, bro.
I can do like hot wings and stuff, but when it comes to like Asian hot food,
Their spices are different, bro. They got the different
it
spice.
just hits different parts of your throat in ways
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I'm never gonna finish that sentence.
You want to continue that one?
Don't ask.
Well, I'm gonna go straight into a
Topic.
complete different topic.
U-turn.
If I asked you and said, all right, if there's one place or one spot in the world where you didn't want to be, so for instance, I'll start so you guys get an idea. For me, it'd be like if I'm in the middle of the ocean and I see like sharks around me, I'd fucking shit myself, dude. Like that's one spot
Okay.
that I would never want to like be in. Imagine just being stranded in the middle of the ocean, just like fucking kicking your legs, like just trying to like stay surfaced, and you just see this like shark going around or some shit. I'd fucking shit myself, like straight up. I reckon I'd shit my pants.
Yeah.
Just logs to the surface, bro.
I got a similar thing. I always have like a recurring nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Not all the time, like very infrequently, but it's always me standing in a massive bush field, like this high, like bramble bushes, full of spider webs and spiders.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
it's like
bro.
that thick curtain of stuff, and you can see
Yeah.
them dangling down.
Yeah.
I have the same dream over and over again, of me just right in the middle of the field,
Yeah.
just trying to get out of it.
So you have a fear of spiders, I'm assuming? Because your
I mean,
subconscious is probably just dreaming it, bro. Like,
I don't have a big fear of spiders,
yeah.
but I mean they are pretty disgusting.
I just don't like any insect, bro.
Yeah.
Any
I
form
don't
of
like insects which are quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you seen like the crickets? Like they're not gonna harm you. They can put a bit of a bite, but they're not gonna harm you. You like get near it and it fucking just pounces away. And you're like, oh.
See, I don't mind
I can't
crickets.
do wetters or anything.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
that.
wetters are bad.
I can't even look at a wetter.
I fucking don't like anything, man.
Size of those things.
They're a messed up creature.
Yeah.
So can you imagine you're just like sitting here, like playing a video game or something, and then all of a sudden, this like 6-inch insect just comes out from under the thing, just
Yeah.
crawling at about like super quick, and you just like,
I'd fucking jump on the couch, bro. I'd be up on that couch. My ass would be sitting on the top. My feet would probably be like in some like Asian squat, like toilet squat. Be
Ready
like,
to
fuck
pounce.
this shit.
I hate mice as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I've got a story. So it was actually about a month. Oh, it was about a month ago, a couple weeks ago, maybe three weeks ago. I put a load of laundry on for Mum while she was at work, and then I went to hang it out on the clothesline.
Yeah.
And you know how I have my spa out my back like deck,
Flex.
and yes, and you know how right now it's pretty cold, so like, you know, for insects and shit, a spa is like a perfect place for them to hide under and shit. So I'm carrying the basket, right, and I walk up the little steps beside my spa, and I hear like rustling in the bushes next to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, at first I thought it was a bird, and then I kept hearing it, like, you know, keep going. I was like, what the fuck? So I turn around, I see this rat, bro, or mouse about this big, I reckon, straight up,
That's a rat.
just like jump out the fucking bush and just go straight under like the deck under the spa, and I just froze, stood there like, oh fuck. Like,
Wow.
I shat myself, man. The tail would have been about that long,
Yeah, it's a
and
rat.
I was like, fucking hell.
What's the fear with rats? Do you fear that it'll,
They
like,
jump, bro.
on you, man.
They fucking jump.
Do you think it'll like climb onto you though?
Well, the thing is they're not gonna, I guess, harm you unless you, I guess, they feel like they need to protect themselves. But they jump. So imagine like, you know, going like, you know, shoo off a rat or some shit or kill it or whatever you want to do,
Jumps on your arm.
and it fucking just pounces at you, man, like a cat. Fuck that! I'd scream.
Yeah, but they generally run away, don't they? They're usually
Well, they would
pretty
try to
scared.
run away, but if you corner them, they're gonna fucking jump. That shit's
So if you corner a rat, you're looking for a fight. Square up, bro.
With a rat.
one else. Yeah, I know.
Shredder.
I shat myself, man. Was it Master Splinter?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Master
Master
Splinter.
Splinter and
Master
Shredder was
Splinter.
the
He was a
bad guy.
cool rat.
Yeah.
Cool
Maybe that's
ass
why I don't
rat.
have a fear of rats, because
Mm.
my childhood
Raised
was
by
Master
Splinter.
Splinter.
Have you ever?
I always
like,
look at them like must be a wise rat.
Have you ever had like an encounter with like a rat or a?
Yeah,
mouse?
when I was our dorms in America,
Mm.
all the rubbish bins outside, you'd always walk past them and you'd hear rustling,
Mm.
and there were huge rats, maybe like
Oh.
this big.
Oh fuck that! There's no way I'd go near that
Like-
rubbish.
I don't know, like
What?
a big banana length. Right.
No thanks.
But I just saw them running around. They didn't scare me though, because to me they just run away from you. You know, they're just really scared.
Fair enough. I don't.
so quick.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
So are birds. Are you scared of birds?
I mean, if a
Depends
bird's
what
darting at me, at
Depends
a
what
quick
fucking
speed,
bird it is, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever
normally
had
no.
a rat touch you? Like jump onto you?
No, I haven't.
No. I get the fear in terms of like diseases, because
It bites you or some
rats carried a lot of like the bubonic plague.
shit. Yep.
Like a lot of plagues were carried by rats, especially in
Isn't that
England.
how?
So
Oh, no, I was gonna say coronavirus, but that was bats.
bats, yeah.
What was it? I want to say France or somewhere in Europe, which had it like really bad with rats one time, and they were in like the sewers, and there
I
was
think
just
they
like
still do.
there was like an infestation of rats, which
Yeah.
was, and they couldn't even contain it.
It's probably countries like India as well, bro.
There must be so
Like-
many of those. Yeah.
You know, there's like probably the Asian style countries, you know,
Mm.
India, China, all those countries, man. They'll have so many rats because there's probably just garbage around
It's just
everywhere.
areas which
Yeah,
are just not looked
exactly.
Just
after.
constant garbage. Fuck that, man. Nah, I don't give a shit if someone says like, "Oh, you're a pussy because you don't want to like encounter this cockroach, you don't want to encounter this rat or spider or whatever it is." Like, for me,
Fight me, bro.
I just don't care. I'm like, okay, I'm a pussy. Like,
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
I like
I really
my-
fucking hate it. I'm not the one dealing with it. You are.
I like my 21st century houses
Yeah.
with everything shut out.
Yeah. Fuck.
But
You
imagine
ain't gonna
how-
shut out a rat though, because that shit crawl under anything.
Well, imagine how fucked it would be
That's
if
fine.
like coronavirus was carried by birds or like rats.
Oh, you'd never
So-
stop it.
Coronavirus
Bird.
in New Zealand, we stopped all the human transmission. But if it was in the rat population, like you'd just never be able to stop it.
Be in the waters and everything.
Oh, you'd be fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd have to go out and try murder every single rat.
Everyone
Yeah.
becomes exterminated.
Just like you just walk around the city and there's just mouse traps everywhere. Like, oh, you just like step on it.
That'd make a great film.
Yeah. Have you ever like felt a mouse trap? Like, you know, put like a hand or some shit in there.
Nah,
Felt the force?
Tempted.
No.
It's one of
Yeah.
those temptation things.
Yeah, you're like,
It's
you
like
know, you know
right
it's gonna
there. You
hurt.
can learn how it is, but damn, that clamp is strong.
If it kills it,
Kills a rat.
it kills it in a couple seconds,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they don't even have a spine, bro. So it just literally crushed them and just turned them to a piece of paper.
As my good friend
Yikes.
Carl says, vegans look away now.
So do you have a fear like that?
Yeah.
Specific
Where's
situation?
one place that you just wouldn't want to be, man? It could be anywhere. It doesn't have to necessarily be to do with an animal, but
Man, in a library in the middle of a group of really loud people.
that's your worst fear.
You're stuck, man.
Like one of your worst fears.
Doing a sampling, and
the
a
library.
old retired man comes up and starts telling you about his life.
Oh, man.
Bro, doing
Vietnam
25
flashbacks.
minutes later.
selling vegan chicken at a butchery.
Yeah.
Doing any sampling at a butchery. Trying to think of something. I have a terrible fear of heights.
Yep, I can see that. That's like the one thing out of all like the fears. Like I don't mind it that much. Obviously, I've done a skydive and shit. I think it's when I know that I'm safe. Like if I know I'm harnessed
From
in.
skydiving specifically.
Well, dude, I had like 4 or something like backup shoots. So I was like, if
Mm.
all 4 of them fucked up, then it's meant to be. I was meant to
Yeah.
die. Like if
That's
Dude.
true.
you know.
When I went to Melbourne at the start of the year, we were in an apartment complex which was pretty high off the ground, like relatively high, like one of the higher floors in the apartment block. And man, I couldn't even stand near the balcony for the first 2 days
Really.
because I don't know what it is. Like, you know, I'm
I get
this
the
far
same
away
thing.
from like dying if I just move a meter over
Yeah.
this
You
balcony.
put any weight on that bar, and
Yeah,
it snaps.
and even when I went to the States and we went up to the top of the Empire State, they have these big things stopping people from like jumping off or getting over. But it's all in my head. I couldn't even go outside because
Yeah.
it was so windy, and you know,
So I
I don't know what it is. It's so weird.
couldn't imagine you know, going up the Sky Tower. And you know how they have like the glass floor where you can like go stand and look down.
I remember when I
can't
was a
imagine you
kid and we
doing
did that. I did that when I was a kid. I had to like get on my knees and crawl just because I didn't
Yeah.
want to stand up.
Yeah, bro.
Mm.
Spread out the The physical
Spread the
force on
load.
the glass.
You were a young
I was a
physicist.
physician.
You
back in the
understood
day, mate.
area
Yeah.
and force.
Yeah.
I have a mate of mine who's terrified of heights. Like when I say terrified, it's
Like he'll drop to his knees.
he
as soon
fucking
as-
just he can't handle it, dude. Like he
Yeah.
won't even go to Rainbow's End because he made them stop the pirate ship ride because he was like, I can't do this. Like
the pirate ships are pretty tame.
I can do roller
As well.
coasters.
yeah, like the
relatively.
height from the pirate ship, he was just like, when it got to the full, like, you know, when it goes back, he just went, stop the ride. He's like yelling out, stop the ride, I need to get off.
Because that's the thing. I love
Yeah.
I love the Fairfall at Rainbow's End.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Whenever I go to Rainbow's End, I go on every ride once, and then I spend the rest of the day looping around the Fairfall, just going up and down it.
See, I don't really
And
like that.
I've bungee jumped as well, but I'm the same with like heights where it's like structured, you know you're safe, theoretically. But when it's like a balcony and it's like sort of your control, or especially if you're near a cliff edge
Yeah.
as well, my knees just go like really wobbly. Like I don't trust myself.
You're that far away, right?
If
Yeah.
the
Dying.
wind blows behind you, just like,
It's like in
My
my
mate
leg.
comes up to you and goes, "Oh," and you freak out and you slip and it's like, all right, see you, mate. Good
And that's
life.
game over.
Yeah.
oh, if I'm standing on a cliff
Respawn.
edge and one of you come up behind me and like, you know, fake, you know, throw me, I'm just turning around and I'm hooking
Oh,
one of you in
no.
the face.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's not a that's
I
not a
get
good
pretty
joke.
frustrated.
I'm
with
turning
that.
around and I'm creaming you one of you in the face, like whoever it was. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bang.
But I
Fucking
just
don't do that.
I don't trust myself
Yeah.
when I'm climbing trees as well, past a certain point. Even though like, have you guys ever had? If you imagine a line on a road, right? You can easily run along the line, like a thin white line on a road. You could easily run along it. But now introduce like
Beam. I mean,
big drops on either side.
Mm.
All of a sudden, it's like becomes so much more difficult.
Yeah.
Even though like, you can do it.
It's what's the fear of your life.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. Well, it makes sense,
It's
obviously.
like
but
if you fall off on a line, you know,
You're down.
you're like, fuck it.
yeah.
Hey, you married a rat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you love the ocean, eh?
I have a
Like you go,
love-hate relationship.
you go swimming at like 10 p.m. though, dude.
Yeah,
You do night swims.
I like the ocean.
Oh, fuck that. I would
Depends
never
on-
get in the ocean at night.
I kinda
That's
like the
that's
ocean at night.
thessalophophobia.
I don't like I'm a great swimmer.
Just the fear of the deep.
But I love pools and stuff, but
Yeah.
I really don't like the ocean.
Because of the marine life, right? Like what could be in there.
Well, yeah, like in New Zealand we're pretty sweet in New Zealand, but for me it's you can't see beneath you, man. Like you're walking through like sand and shit. And I remember one time I stepped and like a crab like just grabbed onto my foot, bro. And I was freaked out. I ran straight out the water. I was like,
Yeah.
I never went in for like a solid year, bro. I was like, nah,
those are the
fuck
things
that.
which set that up, though. You know,
Yeah.
one thing can ruin it.
And then it's like if you get caught in a rip, it's like you're
See you,
fucked,
mate.
dude. It's just like
Gotta ride the rip.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what you
man.
do. Ride it out.
that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to just like essentially like lay there.
Wait for it to take you out.
Yeah,
and then swim
kind of meant to
across.
ride it.
Ride it.
because it takes you back in eventually, doesn't it? Or
No,
it
it'll
pushes
take
you out far enough.
Yeah,
So
because
where
if you
someone
try
can
to
get you.
keep swimming into the shore,
Gotta
you'll
keep
use
pulling
all
you
your
out.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easier said than done. You're freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Panicking.
definitely.
Stay calm. Nah, fuck this.
God fear the ocean. Just don't
Yeah.
panic. You'll be fine. It's
Yeah.
like
Also,
Yeah.
being in drowning situations is really like I'll freak out.
Apparently, it's the most peaceful way to die. I can argue that.
After I don't
it's like getting
Well,
shot in the head.
the
is pretty
panic. There's
peaceful.
definitely panic at
Yeah.
first.
Well, I think it's because you get to like a period where it's like your nervous system like dies essentially. Well, I think it's your nervous system. I can't remember what it is, the order, but it's like you're kind of alive, but you kind of just end up floating there because
Your brain's just like slowly switching
your
off.
brain's just got no oxygen, but you're still
Mm.
alive, but you don't feel pain, if that makes sense. You kind of die peacefully.
Yeah.
There's no pain at death. But I was like, yeah, but for like 2 minutes, you're breathing in water.
Suffering.
Yeah.
You can't breathe. Like, what?
Yeah. You're literally suffering. Whereas if you get shot in the head, you just shut off
Yeah,
instantly.
you did.
Yeah.
Hitting the switch.
Would you rather drown or would you rather be burned alive?
Neither.
Yeah. No.
Option C.
Mate,
No
for the
thanks.
sake of the argument.
I'll pass. Thank you.
I feel like drowning would be, probably better.
Yeah, I'd say
Because,
drowning.
I've seen Star Wars and Anakin looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah,
And
I've
then
seen
he
Game of
turned-
Thrones.
He went to the dark side and became a cyborg.
But don't they say if you're on fire, your nerves just burn off and you don't feel anything?
But at the same time, your nerves are going to feel something to start with.
Yeah, that's true.
You should ask the next person that's screaming while they're being lit.
How's it feel?
It's fine. No pain. Nerves are gone.
I'd have to say burning as well. No, sorry, drowning.
Yeah.
I'd have to say drowning.
I think anything beats being burned alive, to be honest.
Well, being tortured to death.
Yeah, that would suck. Just
Yeah.
an endless loop of pain.
Yeah, I guess. I'd probably just, I don't know what I'd do if I was in that situation.
Just not die.
Yeah.
Just
You'd
Tell the guy
almost,
who's trying to kill you, like, please no.
yeah.
And he might resent. Just
I
tell him to
just
get
could walk out of here.
The wife and 3 kids and
Get out of here.
take him to Macca's.
Yeah. Because I was telling Liam before, and I think I told you on Friday, I've been watching YouTube videos, like, past week on, in America, they have, like, the snake, laboratories, or what do you want to call them? And they take snake venom, and they're making like the antibiotics, antibodies and all that sort of antivenoms and shit. And if you don't know the channel, it's the Coyote Peterson Brave Wilderness channel. And I'm just like looking at these snakes that they're bringing out, bro. And one of the, they bring out an eastern diamondback rattlesnake, and they put it down, and then all you hear is like that. I'm like, fuck that, holy shit. And then you see it like curled up in an S, and then like he's standing like this, and then just like bang, like pops, and he's like, oh fuck, that was so fast. It was out and in within like
quick.
half a second, if that, bro. It was like 0.2 of a second. I was like, oh nah,
It's like, yeah,
nah, fuck that,
cannot
Jesus.
do that.
And it's like the most I think it's probably one of the most deadly snakes in the Americas.
So if you
And
don't
it's-
have is there an anti-venom to it?
There are, but I think, well, you got to get to an emergency center, within the hour, or maybe
Injected with
within half an
10
hour,
different serums.
because, and even people that do that, I think, still die because.
Have you
it's
seen
just-
what snake venom does to blood?
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that because there was a
it's
video
really
that
amazing.
got dropped today. I think it was today or yesterday that I watched. It was from like the same laboratory. He took 8 vials of his blood, and then he got the vials of the venom, and he would put it into his blood, left it for 15 minutes, and then he would take a syringe and then like drop it down like a wooden thing or a metal thing, and pretty much you could see the different ways that the venom worked within the blood. So you could see like he did like just his normal blood with nothing in it, and as soon as you release it, it starts clotting.
It's like sludge, eh?
Yeah, it just starts clotting
Yeah.
instantly, which is safe, I guess. And then the next one, it was just liquid. It just went straight to the bottom. And you're like, oh god, you wouldn't stop bleeding, bro. You just start bleeding out.
It looks like it moves like mercury. It just
Goes down so
goes
fast.
down so fast.
Yeah. I've seen a different type of venom.
Yep.
That he did the same thing. He had like a dish of blood, and as soon as he added the venom to the blood just turned into like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
It just became really thick, and he could like pick it up and like plop it on the ground. Just like,
So it just fully, because I guess it's either the shit, the venom's working, or I guess working, whatever you want.
Working.
From their perspective,
Yes,
it's working. When either the blood doesn't clot at all, so like you just continuously bleed out, or your blood clots like in full. So your blood, there's no blood flow, and you lose oxygen to everything.
yeah.
Amputations everywhere.
So yeah, I guess if you're, I don't know. I couldn't imagine getting bitten by one like snakes.
Snakes are another thing I don't have a fear of.
You
But
don't.
I wanted to
Have
ask you
you
guys.
encountered a snake?
Well, we don't have them in New Zealand,
No.
so that definitely helps.
It's got to
But
jump the ditch.
when I was snorkeling, when I went to the Maldives with my family, there was a moray eel, one of the most deadly water snakes,
I've actually got a story about a water
Like-
snake too.
poking out of its hole, and I didn't notice it. I was swimming past it, and then my mum pointed it out to me because I was so close to it. And then I looked at it, and I was probably like this far away from the moray eel, which if it bit me, I don't know if I would have died, or if there was a venom on the island. But like I wasn't like freaked out. Like if that had been a spider or a drop, you know.
Yeah,
It's just not the same thing, essentially.
So you didn't think about, oh shit, this thing can swim in the water 10 times faster than I can,
And then if it wants to bite me,
and if
just
it bites you,
yeah.
you could. There's a good chance you could die.
Yeah.
I guess I understood that, but I didn't fear that it was actually going to do it.
Sure.
It was sort of just coming in and out. It was being defensive actually, which
Yeah.
is
It's
a
protecting
little
the
scary
territory.
thing. But it was just going in and out of its
We had a
hole.
run-in with a sea snake in Fiji when we went snorkeling as well.
Yeah.
So I think we went like right down to where the like coral reef and stuff was, and then we're like looking at all the like colorful things and stuff, and then there was like a school of fish that like flew past, and we're like, whoa. And then we're trying to surface, so we're coming back up. We were relatively deep. We're coming back up, and then it was like my brother was in front of me, I was here, and then my dad was behind me. And then I look back at my dad just to see if he was still behind me, and I just see like behind my dad, there's just this thing like
Oh,
like
shit.
darting up to my dad.
Oh.
It was like, I don't think it was like venomous or anything, but it was like striped like your shirt,
Looked like a water snake.
and it was really thin. It was really, really thin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like,
Yeah.
like moving really
Oh.
fast. And I just, like before, just, and then my dad just starts speeding up, like swimming
Oh.
quicker.
Yeets out
But
of it.
eventually, I don't think it was coming for us anyway. It just like
Yeah.
went in a different direction.
That's the thing with most marine or most animals. Like they'll
They're just living.
avoid you.
They're just living.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't give a shit though, because I was in Lafau, which is like an island sort of in like I think it's Pacific Ocean. I'm not good with the oceans, but it's like out from like
In the
Aussie,
water.
Aussie and stuff. When I was on the cruise, and so me and my brother were snorkeling. I then kind of went separate to my brother, and I'm looking at the marine life, and I'm like, because even have you been to Goat Island?
No.
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
And you know how like
maybe.
you snorkel and there's fish around you? See, I freak out with even having fish around me. Like I just feel like
Fish.
claustrophobic sort of thing. That feeling of just having shit around me, I just freak out. I'm like, nah, fuck this.
The racist fish don't want you to.
So I'm out snorkeling, and then I'm like, fuck this. So I like take the snorkel off and I like dive down, and I see this, like at first I thought it was like an eel, like swimming, and I was like looking at it closely. And I realized it's not an eel. Like I knew it was like a water snake or some form of snake or some shit. And I remember did like sort of the same thing, like woo, like in the water, it was like, and I swam the fucking quickest I could out that water. And then
Yeah.
my mum was just like, "What's the matter?" And I'm like, "I'm not going back in the water. Yeah, I saw a fucking snake, and I am not getting back in there."
You've had some terrible run-ins with the old ocean,
Yeah,
mate.
man. No, I can go in the water for a bit, but I don't know. Like when you go to the beaches here, like I'm not scared of the beaches here. I mainly just don't like getting wet because you come out and then like sand sticks to you and it's like irritating. I sound like Anakin from fucking Star Wars, bro. It's so Coruscant.
Oh.
Irritating.
Oh,
It gets
man.
everywhere.
I was not expecting you to say that. That's like the least worrisome thing about going to the
No.
ocean.
I hate that shit though.
I
It's
hate
it's so uncomfortable, bro.
You can't justify that without saying, like Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, I know.
How you going to the beach? Why? Sand.
It's coarse. It
It's
gets
coarse.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
The sun's too bright.
Yeah. I know.
Oh,
I
man,
just-
that
The
water's
wind's
just-
too cold.
if only that water was more blue. Just much pale shade of blue. Hurts my eyes.
Just reflects. The light's reflecting too much.
I do like going to the ocean at night though. When we went to Whitianga at the start of the year, you get more stars out in the Coromandel, and do you like looking at a mirror of the sky? On like a
Was
flat,
it really still?
flat seabed? Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
It was the beach, but it was so quiet. Like one of those
Yeah.
really like stone beaches where like, it's just like little small waves that come in.
Gentle. Yeah.
But it was dead silent at night, and I really like it. It was
That's nice.
freezing, but
Yeah. That is nice.
it's
Yeah,
good vibes.
I'd sit out on the beach or the stones or where it was.
Mm.
There's no way I'm hopping in the water at night. Fuck that. There's no way.
Start tickling your mates.
Because
feet.
I remember me and you and James went down to Campbell's Bay Beach one night, like maybe last summer or summer ago before that. And you guys were like, it would have been about 7 p.m. So I started getting dark, like 45 minutes later sort of thing. We're chilling. And then you and James like went into the water when it started getting dark. You guys are like, "You coming in?" It's like, "No."
I'll
fuck?
watch.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
not
make sure
getting-
no one steals our stuff.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the water.
Watch for
Stuff that. I'm like going in the water at like 8 p.m. Can't see shit. You can't even see your own body, bro.
But it's not a visual. It's not a visual pastime. Swimming.
Yeah, but if I can't see what I'm doing, then stuff that.
Yeah.
It's like driving blind. Well, it's not the same, but
Driving blind.
oh no,
Swimming in
man.
the ocean at night.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is though. Really.
It's like me in heights. I just don't know why I'm scared of
Yeah.
heights.
It's
Just happens.
the irrational phobias.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I don't have about snakes. I still understand the danger, but I don't have that like fear. You know, can't be explained.
I definitely have a fear of like insects and shit. I hate that stuff really badly.
Yeah.
You try balls up. And you're just like, fuck it, let's just do it. And then
I'm gonna pick this cockroach
and then
up.
you get to it and you're just like, nah, I can't do it.
And
Fuck
it moves towards you, and you're like,
Yeah, bro, it moves towards you. Like, like fuck.
fucking cricket.
Just like ah.
Oh, we had a really bad cricket problem in here one time.
We've got them in my house.
Because I got that mini fridge in right before lockdown, and there's no close off on the back of it.
Oh, right.
So we spent about 3 days trying to find this one cricket. Because in this room,
you could hear it.
in this room, it sounds like it's coming from everywhere. You can hear that, and it sounds like it's there. It sounds like it's there.
Yeah.
And we started spraying the whole room. And then eventually it stopped. It stopped, and then we're like, okay, sweet. And then we're watching a movie, really quiet scene in a film. It's like, and it was coming from over there, and we, you get the iPhone camera out, and you putting flash on it. You're like, I can't see it. We can hear it, but as soon as you get close to those bastards, they stop making sound.
They're fucking geniuses,
they do,
bro.
yeah.
They're smart. They got like sonar or something.
Sonar,
They just
yeah.
know we're around. And so eventually we pulled the fridge out, and then long and behold, like above like one of the capacitors on the fridge, right on like the brains of the fridge is just a cricket.
Because it's warm back there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching the movie.
I had that because where my room is, like my bed,
Yeah.
the head of my bed, and then how there's like the window behind the head of my bed. So that's like
Something like that. Eh?
Yeah, it's pretty much like this.
Yeah.
And like under there's like a latch under like the bricks, and it's like a perfect place for like insects, man, because it's away from like weather and it's a safe area. And I used at one point I had 5 crickets just laying under there, and like the whole night they'd be like, and I had no fucking idea because it sounded like it was coming in my room. Like I sounded like it was under my bed or in my shelves next to my bed, and I'm freaking out because I'm just like, where the fuck is this thing? Like,
And it was just outside.
and I'm like putting my ear like up to the window, like, and then you like hear it, and you're like, oh, it's definitely outside. And you see I'm like looking out the window trying to see it, and you just can't find it. But
It's like mosquitoes at night during the summer.
do you get bitten up? You get like raped by mosquitoes?
I fucking hate mosquitoes.
I get raped by mosquitoes, bro.
They're my most hated insect.
Yeah,
Most
I'd say
hated
they're pretty
animal
hard
in the
for me.
entire world.
Bro, imagine if mosquitoes carried COVID-19.
Well,
We'd all die.
interestingly,
Well, they carry AIDS and shit, don't they?
mosquitoes carry malaria,
It's malaria.
and I saw an estimate somewhere that something like 70% of all humans that have died from malaria caused by mosquitoes.
Yeah. not
70%
surprised.
of all human deaths are caused by malaria.
Jesus.
It's
That's a
fucking
lot of
crazy.
deaths because we have a lot of deaths.
That's a
And
lot.
Yeah.
you're telling me 30% of every other death is non-related to malaria?
Yeah, we
and
should
mosquitoes?
maybe you guys at home can fact
Pull it
check
up,
that.
Jamie.
Pull it up, but it was something like that.
Jesus.
Which is fucking scary. But we don't have malaria in New Zealand,
We
thankfully.
don't have a lot of things here, right?
No,
We're
we don't.
thankful to live here.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Pretty safe.
Yeah, very safe country
Yeah.
in
We're
terms
very
of
safe.
wildlife.
Yeah, no, we're very safe here.
Not in terms of volcanoes, though.
Yeah. We have them. Why?
A lot of them are like
We don't really
dormant,
get
though.
big earthquakes either. I mean, we had
No, we don't.
the one in Christchurch was like big.
Yeah.
for
There's one in
Christchurch.
Wellington a couple weeks ago, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Mm,
but
small one,
nothing
yeah.
like Japan
No.
or anything which would set off like a massive tsunami.
I think we'd be. I don't know about the rest of the country, but in Auckland, I think it would be sweet if there was a tsunami because we got so many islands around us.
Hmm.
You know.
We got a lot of hills.
To take the hits.
Yeah, to take the hits, take the pounding for us.
Do you remember back in high school how there'd be like an earthquake during the night, and then the next day it's like everyone would talk about, oh, there's like a tsunami warning. Did you read the
Yeah,
Herald?
yeah.
It's like a massive tsunami warning, and then There were like videos going on Facebook of people at the beach during the tsunami warning.
watching
Like a wave will come in and then they're just running away from the beach. It's like a really small wave that just
Yeah.
comes in.
I
Like a
love
Milford Beach
Yeah.
wave.
It's like, bro, you're gonna know if it's a tsunami.
There's a tsunami over there.
That shit's gonna be like what, 20 feet?
Oh,
And
huge.
more? 40
you'd
feet?
know. There'd be no water on the beach. There'd
Yeah,
be
it would
all
just be
gone.
all dragged out. You'd be like, damn, Campbell's Bay Beach is looking real deep today.
Is that a dead fish? Oh my god.
Oh no.
Bro, actually, I reckon. So if you're in the water, right, and you start feeling like all the water pull out, and you know that there's like a tsunami coming,
I think it's too late by that stage.
bro,
Just swimming towards it.
I'm swimming out to that shit.
Swim towards it.
I'm swimming out to it, bro.
Ride it all the way
Nah,
back
I
to
don't think that'll
the.
I'm
work.
surfing that shit. No,
you
you
thinking
meant to
about-
swim to it, bro.
Really? Are
Yeah,
you thinking
apparently
about like
that's the
ducking
safest
under
thing.
it like a big wave? You know
You
when
can't
you're
go
on
under it
surf?
because you'll just be in a swirl, you'll drown.
Right.
I don't know what you would do, but I wouldn't run unless you can get to a cliff top somewhere that's nearby.
Depends on where
You
you
may as well
are.
Fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're all the way out at sea and there's a tsunami happening, I mean, that's just unlucky.
Yeah.
But swimming towards it, you'll just get brought back anyway, and that's even more dangerous because then you'll hit everything that's in its path on the way
Yeah.
through.
And
You
then
can't do anything.
everything that breaks is hitting you.
Yeah, so it's quick. Those things are quick as well.
And they're
Tsunamis are really
and
fast.
heavy, bro.
Yeah,
But they're
Heavy.
not so much. The ones I've seen aren't necessarily waves, right? They're just a lot of water
coming at once.
going into the.
It's not like in the movies where it's this big like day after tomorrow like skyscraper sized wave. It's just
Yeah.
a onslaught of water coming at
200
once.
feet.
Yeah.
Just
But when it hits the land, it's basically already crashed out
Yeah,
in the ocean.
very
But there's
quickly.
so much momentum behind it that it just takes all the way
Just like
through.
whitewater
yeah.
rafting, bro. Just
Yeah,
Except in your houses and in your
Yeah.
community.
on your roof.
fuck, man.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I don't
But
know.
what you were saying about mosquitoes before is summertime getting to sleep with mosquitoes when they're buzzing by your ear.
Hate it, man.
It's the worst.
Just fucking slapping yourself the whole time, bro.
Everyone listening with headphones right now is like, oh.
And I just hate that when you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it, and you just know that motherfucker as soon as you sleep is gonna be sucking on your blood in your room.
I will suck your blood.
It's like
Just Dracula with a clamp on your neck.
exactly, and then producing more mosquitoes. It's like anytime, as soon as I hear the buzz, turn on my lights, and I don't sleep until I've killed the mosquito.
It's like a moth as well.
Yeah.
When a moth's in the room, you can just.
Yeah. It's like lands on your face.
What are you
Fuck off.
doing?
Yeah, I don't like mosquitoes.
If only they can design
No.
technology where you can point at a window and then the insect that you're referring to just exits the window,
Mm.
which is wide open.
Yeah.
You think that'd be something that Elon would invent eventually?
Probably one day.
In the future, we'll have answers to all of our problems.
Excuse me, Mr. Mosquito. The door is wide open.
Thank
Please
you.
see your exit.
Thank you, Mr. Cunliffe.
Bro, you ever
It was a fly.
you ever been like sleeping, dude, and you got a fly in your room, and that motherfucker's just dive bombing you for like
What?
the whole night? It's just like
Just like
you're just
No,
like
they all
I get that
gravitate
with
towards
eventually he's
heat.
like fuck off.
Yeah,
yeah.
they all gravitate towards heat. So you're probably breathing, and then it's like, oh my god, a breath.
Yeah,
It's gone.
yeah, bro. I hate it. You get dive bombed by that shit.
Worst part of summer is the insects that come with it.
Mm.
Imagine being Aussie, bro. Not only
Oh,
would you
yeah.
get all the insects, but you'd get
the
all the snakes, all the spiders,
Imagine
all the crocs, all the sharks. Oh,
all these pussies
Fuck
talking about
that.
mosquitoes in New Zealand. I was fighting off a crocodile in my backyard.
Jesus, bro, you're just like going and playing golf, and then all of a sudden this like freaking 15-foot alligator just like crawls up
Walks
onto the
onto
green.
the
I love those videos. It's always in Florida as well.
You're just like
Big
oh.
alligators crawling across the golf pitch.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
dudes just go up and tap them with their golf clubs, and they just
Hey,
run
get
off
outta here.
because they're terrified.
Skedaddle.
Yeah.
Don't hippopotamus kill more people every year than alligators?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go against that.
Yeah.
I
It's
honestly.
because hippos are territorial as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
They
They look like crocodiles as well. You know, their
yeah,
eyes are just above sea level.
and they're the biggest motherfucker in the one of
Yeah.
the biggest motherfuckers in the animal kingdom.
They got a stronger clamping force in their mouth than crocodiles, right?
Yeah, probably got
Possibly,
bigger
They
teeth.
have 2 teeth.
What the hell do they eat?
Plants.
Us.
They eat
Plantation.
plants.
They're herbivores.
Really?
I'm pretty sure they're herbivores. Which is a topic I actually kind of wanted to bring up. It was like, you know
What
how
a lead in.
no. It was kind of like
How good is
how did
veganism?
you know how we dig up like dinosaur bones and shit, right?
Yeah.
And how the hell do we know what
they ate?
what they ate, or how they
Yeah.
sounded, or anything? Because obviously you can tell mainly by their teeth. You know, if it's herbivore teeth or carnivorous teeth.
Yeah, teeth is
But
a big one.
Think of it
Yeah.
for this, like a gorilla. A gorilla has canines, and that shit is a herbivore.
Omnivore, you mean?
No, gorillas will not eat you.
Do they not eat any meat?
They don't eat meat.
Oh,
They
right.
all only
Wow.
eat plantation. But obviously they'll fucking kill you.
No, but they've got the
They'll maul you.
T-Rex teeth are like sharp
Yeah, canines.
canines, yeah.
Yeah.
But like canines on steroids, right? They're like
The big
Huge
fucking
ones.
teeth.
Well,
Yeah,
they're big.
Ever seen a dog's
Yeah.
canines? Times that by like 5, bro.
yeah, exactly. So you'd look at a T-Rex and you'd be like, he doesn't
Put
need
10.
these for plants.
No,
Unless there were
yes.
some badass plants
Yes.
back in the dinosaur period.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to borrow your teeth.
Yeah. But it's just crazy to
But-
me how, we watch all these movies, and we're like,
Jurassic
oh my
Park.
god, like dinosaurs, but it could all be a lie. The whole thing could be a total lie. You don't know. How the hell
Well,
do
we don't
that
know-
that sounds like
We
that?
don't know what they look like. Like they might have had feathers, for example. They
Yeah.
might have had skin, which would be creepy as fuck. But
Yeah.
just naked dinosaurs
Yeah.
running around.
Imagine if you found
But-
out that T-Rexes don't sound like that, and they actually sound like.
Those are
They spoke English.
those are the things we're guessing, but we
Roar.
know that from the bone structure
Hmm.
that the size of them, and how
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
stood and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is pretty fascinating how they managed to figure out stuff from so long ago.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, who's gonna argue with them that they're wrong?
I mean, they've been studying it for years, eh?
Yeah.
But they could make
hell
up
of a lot more
anything,
about-
and are you gonna disagree with them?
No.
Are you gonna be like, you're
There-
wrong?
There are people on the internet that disagree. People
Yeah.
that say dinosaurs never existed.
Well, they're fucking idiots because we got bones that they existed.
Yeah.
We know that they existed, but when you got like shit like crocodiles, which are ancestry or
From that
what do you
period,
call it?
yeah.
But I remember seeing this photo of, I swear to God, it was like a 20-foot croc, eh? And I was just like,
The,
oh my fucking God.
What are they
Imagine
called?
like walking along a riverbank, bro, and you just see like the eyes and then like the top of the snout or whatever you call it, like just above the surface, and then like the middle of its back, and then like you keep walking, and then you just see like another 100 alligators just like laying in the water.
Mm.
Fuck that, dude. Holy
Opposite direction.
shit.
They're perfect killing machines.
Well, they'll just go up to this. They go up to the bank slowly,
And they just
surely,
wait.
slowly, and then
Yeah, exactly.
gone. You're fucked.
That even got me.
Gone, bro.
Because all land creatures need water,
Yeah.
like land mammals, eventually need water. So
And if you didn't die from it like biting you, it's gonna grab you and it's just gonna spin.
yeah,
It's gonna rip every ligament from your body.
Break every bone in your body.
yeah.
I've seen videos of people who like put sticks in alligators' mouths and then like put their heads
Oh,
and stuff.
fucking so
I
stupid.
cannot handle those videos, man. Because I've seen videos where, like you said, some dude's like sticking his arm in, and then the crocodile actually like clamps,
Yeah.
and then
Starts
instantly just starts
death rolling.
spinning and like,
Starts death
and then the
rolling,
dude's
yeah.
like arms like going like that. But he
No,
eventually
it's sweet, it's right, it's right.
he eventually gets out of it because they tase the crocodile and it just like
Jesus.
opens
Yeah.
its mouth. But
Yeah. Because their force going upwards is not very strong. So that's why you can just like literally hold their mouth or their snout or whatever you want to call
Oh
it.
right, yeah.
Yeah. That's why you can literally just put tape around it and it's not gonna open it. I think it's the same as a hippo as well.
yeah, it's like
Oh,
a
actually, it might
spring.
not be,
It's
I
like a
don't know.
spring. Their mouths. They
Yeah.
can pull it open, but once you let go, it just
Yeah.
drops back down.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Good to know if you're ever facing a
yeah. Jump on its back.
on its back, yeah.
You're welcome.
Because I was like, you guys don't know who Bradley Martin is, eh? Like the gym dude.
Yeah, I know him. I know him. Yeah.
He went to Florida with like the Nauk boys. You know Nauk, the
No, I don't
YouTube
know.
dudes. Oh, anyway, they went to Florida and they were like catching like alligators and shit. And so what they'll do is they'll just like fish for them essentially, and then they catch them, make sure they get everything out, and then just chuck them back in the water.
How big are the alligators?
They weren't overly big. They'd probably be I don't know, maybe about a meter or so, I don't know. I don't know if that's a couple meters.
Mm.
But you watching them like pulling it in, and they got like 2 or 3 people holding this person who's trying to like reel this alligator that's only like a meter long, and you're just like, the fucking power behind that shit in the water, man. It's just insane.
And that's pulling against its natural.
Yeah, and this dude's like 260
well.
pounds, and he's like jacked, and he's like trying to like pull this alligator in, and he's like getting pulled forward. I'm just like, oh my god, this dude deadlifts like 7 plates on each side, and he's struggling with a meter long alligator.
And the crocodile doesn't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
About that.
That just blows my mind when I see that shit, man. Yeah. You guys ever been fishing? Like properly fishing? Like out on a boat?
Yeah, Granddad used to have a boat. We used to go fishing in Gulf Harbour.
Yeah. I want to do it, but
It's good fun. I think
if I'm in the boat, I'm not afraid.
just don't bring someone who's impatient.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd be fine if we,
And
if you had beers and shit and just chilling.
if they don't like fishing and you're like, oh man, it'll be fun. Like you'll have a great time. They're like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know about fishing, and they're impatient.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm pretty
one-way trip to-
impatient. I'm pretty
Going home early.
impatient, but I think if you're with the boys and you got like beers and you got
Good
nice
company,
music
man.
and you can just chill out, I think I'd be fine because I'd just have turns at fishing, and then if I didn't want to fish, I would just lay there and chill out.
Yeah.
But I'd love to.
It's like any sport, you know.
Yeah.
It's good with the lads.
Yeah, man.
The lads.
I think my
Sailing the high seas.
worst fear of fishing, dude, would be, like I was just saying, like getting something really big on the line, and it's kind of like pulling me, and I'd just be scared about getting
Get the
pulled into the
harness.
water, bro. Like that'd be my biggest
most
fear, dude.
boats they have things you slot your rod in,
Right.
Yeah.
and then you can. They give you a bit of leverage. You
Right.
pull, and then you can still pull the rod back.
Yeah.
Okay.
They design the boats specifically so you don't get yanked into the sea. by
That'd
some
be
huge-
my fear,
You
man.
can always let go of it as well.
There goes your rod,
Maybe
man.
that's your rod. Yeah. How you gonna catch a fish with your fucking hands? What are you,
Well,
Aquaman?
Are you saying that it's gonna like pull you down into the ocean?
Well, not down in, but if
There's something big in there, I don't want to be pulled into.
but if I get pulled into the ocean, my first thought is like, shit, what's around me? Like,
Water.
yeah, but you don't know what else is around you.
a boat,
The ocean's generally pretty safe.
it's a big. You got to think about it. It's like huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
The
know.
likes of being like
Still,
If you're next to a boat, I think you can get in straight away.
yeah, I'd still be freaking out though.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
I
freak
get
out. I
that.
wouldn't freak out, but in my mind and in my, in my head, I'd be like freaking out.
Call the Coast Guard.
chuck the
Calm
floaties.
down, Mitch. Calm down.
Chuck the floaties, mate. You're holding the boat. Chuck the floaties.
Mitch, you're in the boat. I can't do it. Mate, you're in the boat. You're fine.
I've seen videos of people catching marlins on kayaks, ocean kayaks.
Oh, fuck that, dude. No way. Bro, aren't marlins like 200 pounds?
Huge.
200
way
pounds?
heavier than them and the kayak
Big
combined.
boys.
They just what they do is when the marlin's being too aggressive, they'll just give the line slowly, so the force is not all on you. So
You wait for it to
slowly
tire
get
out,
in, you
essentially,
tire it out,
yeah.
exactly.
You could be there for like 40 minutes, bro, tiring those things out.
Yeah,
That's part of the sport, though.
but I think actually no, he gets a marlin at first, and then the marlin pulls him off land, and he has to call his buddy in a boat.
Right.
So they end up getting it in a boat, obviously.
Yeah.
But he spends a good 30 minutes with a marlin on this thing.
Yeah.
Just getting pulled out.
Have you seen the videos with dudes in like kayaks or I don't know, canoes or whatever you call them? And they have like the massive like humpback whales just like going past
Yeah.
them. Oh God.
I've seen ones of like orcas
Fuck
going under
that.
people's kayaks.
Oh,
No, it was someone paddle boarding out in the deep ocean.
I've
and
seen videos of that
They're
shit.
wearing like GoPros in their heads. They look down, and then there's just an
Pack of
orca that
orcas.
goes under its paddleboard,
Yeah.
and the guy's he just freezes up like.
Oh my God, dude. I reckon I might have a heart attack, eh? I reckon I'd honestly have a heart attack if I had that. If I had an
orca
orc.
swimming under you.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Mm.
And they're normally in like packs or whatever you call them, schools.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call
Orcas
it.
have been known to kill people as well, I think.
Yeah.
People.
Aren't they like the only
They're called killer
whale?
whales. Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't they the only whale that eats
Like fish and stuff.
like no, I think it's like other sea life other than just like
Plankton.
plankton
Yeah.
and little fish. Like
Yeah,
they'll eat
yeah.
like seals and whatever the fuck they
Yeah,
can
they
get their
attack.
hands on.
They get seals the most.
Oh,
And they'll
dude.
eat us, 100%.
Yeah,
It's a gigantic shark.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like when you think of a whale and a shark and the same thing, like,
No,
I wouldn't.
but
My
Then
odds are
again-
not in favor.
I reckon the shark would almost be just as deadly because that thing has insane like sonic hearing and it has insane smell. So it'd pick you up from miles away and it would hear you from miles away.
Does it really have good smell?
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's the blood in the
Dude, watch.
ocean.
I watched the video of Cody Peterson when he went to like this. It was like a spot for like hammerheads,
Yeah.
like, where they all go, and all they did was they dropped like something into the water that would just like drop off like beats, like boom, boom, and within like fucking 10 minutes, like fucking 200 hammerheads, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Like
like
sound though, right?
yeah, but I know for a fact that sharks will smell blood from fucking kilometers away, dude.
That's what I've heard.
Drop of blood.
But if you drop a drop of blood in the ocean, is the particles of the blood aren't gonna. The particles of the blood are limited
It'll dilute.
by the dilution speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why
So-
they got massive buckets of it. Like they just like offload
Yeah,
stuff into the ocean
right.
just to bring sharks to water.
But say if you had your arm cut and you went into the ocean, a shark 2 kilometers away is not gonna
No.
instantly
But
smell
a
your
shark
blood.
within like 500
But-
meters.
I will
But
say
even
this: when
They'll
you're,
hear you though.
if you have a cut in your arm, right, you're not gonna just be planking there because you're gonna drown, right? So you're gonna be moving, and when you're moving, you're pumping blood, so more blood's gonna be coming out your arm.
You're moving it
So you're not
around.
gonna just drop like a drop of blood. You're gonna end up dropping a valve of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Like sharks, and they're coming at you like 20k.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the
Gross.
first time in my life I'd probably pray. Just like hoping that there's something out there. Just like, yeah.
Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Hello. Hello. Fish are friends, not food. Hello. I love that fucking movie. Oh my god.
All right, we're at the 52-minute mark. Should we
Close it down.
The songs of the week.
should we get a Subway wrap?
Yeah. I'll just tell you guys quickly about me and Angus looking for flats
Yep.
recently. So we're pretty committed. We're thinking within a couple weeks, the latest we'll move.
Mhm.
So we've looked at about 5 or 6 flats now. We've been to viewings,
Busy.
and it's been a real mixed bag.
Mm.
It's crazy. Some flats are like $190 per week,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like shit, like real dirty and like in a terrible place. And others are like almost like nicer than our houses. Like I'd be upgrading houses for like the same price, like around 200 per week. So, but what we've found is the much nicer houses are always like looking for families.
Yeah.
They're like, as soon as we're like, oh, we're 3 guys so far, we're looking for a 4th. They're always like, oh, like they just look at us like, okay. So
It's hard to
it
sell.
Can
definitely
they
doesn't
stop
help.
you from buying it?
It's up to them.
They can choose. They can choose who they want. Yeah.
So if someone else is like viewing it, then they're gonna take the ones that they want in their house
Yeah.
Exactly.
because they're renting their house. It's
yeah,
like they're giving their place to you to look
Yeah,
after.
it is a pretty big trust.
Yeah.
It is a high level of trust, but we've seen 2 or 3 now that we're interested in, so we're gonna apply for those ones. We're gonna look at a couple more this week and apply, but I reckon by the end of this week we'll probably have been accepted to a flat. So
Sweet, man.
it's all happening.
Might have a
podcast
new podcast
central,
set up. Yeah.
Might have a new spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a continuous spot. One place we saw in Campbell's Bay that I really want to get, it'd be around 200 each per week just on the rent. So like quite on the expensive side. But they have a dining room, and then the dining room is just in a glass conservatory with floor to ceiling windows, and the conservatory like looks out onto the backyard, like all these trees. And that would be such a good backdrop for our podcast, like the dining
It would
table.
echo a lot though,
And
with
then
all windows. You'd have to
trees.
have curtains.
We could put in some like sound capturing stuff, but
Padding.
I have been thinking about podcast locations for the house as well.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Yeah, get that
I've always
first.
been thinking about it. Yeah. Got to get a place to live first, man.
yeah,
Podcast can
podcast
we
can
can still
come
we
second.
can continue
but-
what we're doing.
All right. What do we got for songs of the week this week, boys?
Songs of the week. My
I
song
actually need to
of the
look
week
mine up.
will be
I just listened to it.
Good
before.
new songs.
mine is
Top 40.
Atlanta, but like ATL, Atlanta Freestyle.
Oh, so ATL Freestyle.
ATL
Yep,
Freestyle.
ATL Freestyle.
That's all.
By 6 Lack or Black. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is Black, but yeah, it's 6 Lack.
Nice.
I listened to an album today actually.
Yeah.
Run the Jewels. They're like a artist which I literally found out about today, and I listened to one of their new albums called RTJ4, album of the week. I got a
the
bunch
entire
of
album.
the entire album of RTJ, but they're really good. You'll like their music. I'll play it for you afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Sounds
yeah, good rap music.
All right. I will do an album in that case.
Kings of
Singled
Leon.
out this week, Mitch.
The complete collection of
Jazz.
60s songwriters. No, it's
I thought you were serious.
it's Van Morrison. Have I recommended any Van Morrison?
I think you have very early. I think.
Yes,
you did Van Morrison.
I think I
I'm
did.
forgetting all the
Yeah.
songs I've done.
Yeah, I
Some of
don't
them,
remember one last
shit,
week.
Because I go back to listening to them, and I'm like, oh shit, have I already mentioned this? Like,
Because
Mm.
we were talking about making the How Good playlist
Yeah.
of just our songs of the week.
yeah,
And
we
then-
should do it. We should really do it. We should do it now. While
can-
we've only got like 13 episodes.
Yeah,
We can
do
make
it
it,
early so we
yeah.
can add it on.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll say the best song on the album, but I recommend watching the album. So, Sweet Thing.
Watching.
Yep.
Watching the
Nah,
album.
listen to it.
Well, I thought maybe it was like a YouTube thing.
Yeah, no, it's an audio.
Okay, yeah.
It's an audio file. Sweet Thing.
Where can I download the audio?
Sweet Thing by Van Morrison
Okay,
off the
yeah.
album Astro Weeks,
Nice.
and that's a
Alright.
good album as well.
Nice.
That's what inspired Travis Scott, bro.
Yep, it is.
Astro.
I would love to say that.
If you
I
listen
knew
to
that,
it,
but
I'm just taking the piss out.
you'll hear the clear similarities. If you listen to it.
okay. Just the usual.
We thought do a smaller one this week. See how it goes.
Yeah,
It's late on a Sunday.
it's late.
Yeah,
I'm hungover as shit.
Same.
big
And,
week.
But no.
Give
Hope you
us
enjoyed.
I'll throw in the old the Hammerhead saying. Leave a comment. Give us some feedback.
Give us some feedback.
Feedback very helps.
Also, I'll say this as well. Let us know if you would like to come on, because we do want guests.
Yeah.
Just you gotta
but-
spend $100 on a mic, and then we'll pay it off of
No,
the
no, we can get a mic. We can get a mic. We got a spare one.
Yeah, we gotta spare one.
But if you do, you studied something or you do something for a job that's different.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about it and chat shit about
Yeah.
it or something. Get a different insight. So I'd really enjoy that, at least from my perspective.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it,
Alright, man.
everybody.
More people, keep it real. How
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
How good.